today's video, we are going to talk about how to find the derivative of secant x using delta process, and we are going to explain everything in details. So when we say delta process, we are going to have f of x equals limit of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h as h approaches 0. And since we have f of x, which is secant x, let us have f of x plus h, that is secant x plus h. So let us substitute this one to the given formula. Let us have limit h approaches 0. We have secant x plus h minus secant x all over h. So we have limit h approaches 0. The reciprocal of secant x, that is 1 over cosine. And since we have secant x plus h, this is 1 over cosine x plus h minus the reciprocal of secant x is 1 over cosine x all over h. So we have limit h approaches 0. Let us copy or let us write h, and let us write cosine x and cosine x plus h on the denominator of the numerator. And let us cross multiply. We have 1 multiplied by cosine x, that is cosine x, negative 1 times cosine x plus h. So let us multiply this one. So we have here limit h approaches 0. Let us have cosine x minus, since we have cosine x plus h, let us use the sum identity for cosine, that is cosine x cosine h minus sine x sine h all over h cosine x times the quantity. We have some identity here. We have here cosine x cosine h minus sine x sine h. So let us distribute the negative sign inside the parentheses. So this will give us limit h approaches 0, cosine x minus cosine x cosine h plus sine x sine h all over h cosine x times quantity cosine x cosine h minus sine x sine h. So let us write here. So we have limit as h approaches 0. Since we have cosine x in common, let us factor this one. Let us have cosine x as the factor. Cosine x divided by cosine x, that is 1. Negative cosine x, cosine h divided by cosine x, that is negative cosine h plus sine x sine h all over h cosine x times the quantity cosine x cosine h minus sine x sine h. So let us separate the denominator. We can write this one as the limit as h approaches 0. We have cosine x 1 minus cosine h all over. Let us write the denominator h cosine x times quantity cosine x cosine h sine x sine h minus or plus limit of sine x, sine h, and then let us copy the denominator, h cosine x times the quantity cosine x cosine h minus sine x sine h as h approaches 0. So as you can see on this side, we have limit of 1 minus cosine h all over h. So if you have limit of 1 minus cosine h over h as h approaches 0, the value of this expression is equal to 0. And if you are going to multiply 0 by cosine x and divide it by this entire denominator, still the answer is 0. So we can write this one as 0 plus, we have here sine x over cosine x times limit of sine h over h times limit h approaches 0, 1 over the parenthesis. So we have cosine x cosine h minus sine x sine h. So as you can see, we have sine x sine h times 1 still sine x sine h. And we have here the denominator, that is h cosine x, and this entire expression. So let us simplify this one. Let us disregard this one. Sine x over cosine x, that is tangent x. And the limit of sine h all over h as h approaches 0, that is 1. And then we have 1 over cosine x cosine 0. Let us substitute the value of h, which is 0. And then sine x sine 0. So let us have tangent x times 1, that is tangent x. And then times, since we have sine 0, that is 0, multiplied by sine x, that is still 0, this will give us cosine x times cosine 0, that is 1, minus 0. To simplify this one, this is tangent x times 1 over cosine x times 1 minus 0, that is cosine x. So this will be tangent x times the reciprocal of 1 over cosine x, that is secant x. So we can write our answer as secant x tangent x. So therefore, this will be the derivative of secant x, and this will be our answer. So I hope you've learned from this video. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless us all.